Hello, fellow nerds. Today I'm going to read from the Monster Manual for Dungeons and Dragons, starting with the Banshee. When night falls, unlucky travelers hear the faint cries of the forlorn dead. This woeful spirit is a banshee, a spiteful creature formed from the spirit of a female elf. Banshees appear as luminous, wispy forms that vaguely recall their mortal features. A banshee's face is wreathed in a wild tangle of hair, its body clad in wispy rags that flutter and stream around it. Divine Wrath. Banshees are the undead remnants of elves who, blessed with great beauty, fail to use their gift to bring joy to the world. Instead, they use their beauty to corrupt and control others. Elves afflicted by the Banshee's curse experience no gladness, feeling only distress in the presence of the living. As the curse takes its toll, their minds and bodies decay, until death completes their transformation into undead monsters. Sorrow bound. A banshee becomes forever bound to the place of its demise, unable to venture more than 5 miles from there. It is forced to relive every moment of its life with perfect recall, yet always refuses to accept responsibility for its doom. Beauty hoarders. The vanity that inspired the Banshee's cursed creation persists in undeath. These creatures covet beautiful objects, fine jewelry, paintings, statues, and other objects of art. At the same time, a banshee abhors any mirrored surface, for it can't bear to see the horror of its own existence. A single glimpse of itself is enough to send a banshee into rage. Undead nature. A banshee doesn't require air, food, drink, or sleep. Now let us look at the Banshee's stat block. The Banshee is a medium undead creature with an chaotic evil alignment. Its armor class is 12. It has 58 or 13 d8 hit points. It has 0 walking speed, but has a speed of 40 feet when flying or hovering. Its strength is 1 with a modifier of -5. Its dexterity is a 14 with a modifier of +2. Its constitution is a 10 with a modifier of 0. Its intelligence is 12 with a modifier of +1. Its wisdom is an 11 with a modifier of +0. Its charisma is a 17 with a modifier of +3. It has +2 on wisdom saving throws and +4 on charisma saving throws. It is resistant to acid, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons damage. It is also immune to cold, necrotic, and poison damage. It has the following condition immunities: charmed, exhaustion, frightened, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, and restrained. It has dark vision with a range of 60 feet and a passive perception of 10. It speaks Common and Elvish. Its challenge rating is a 4. Detect life. The Banshee can magically sense the presence of living creatures up to 5 miles away. She knows the general direction they are in, but not their exact location. Incorporeal movement. The Banshee can move through other creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain. She takes 5 or 1d10 force damage if she ends her turn inside an object. Actions: Corrupting Touch, Melee Spell Attack, +4 to hit with a reach of 5 feet, 1 target. On a hit, it causes 12 or 3d6 +2 necrotic damage. Horrifying Visage. Each non-undead creature within 60 feet of the Banshee can see her must succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened for 1 minute. A frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, with disadvantage if the Banshee is within line of sight, ending the effect on itself on a success. If a target saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it, the target is immune to the Banshee's horrifying visage for the next 24 hours. Wail. Once per day. The Banshee releases a mournful wail, provided that she isn't in sunlight. This wail has no effect on constructs and undead. All other creatures within 30 feet of her that can hear her must make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw. On a failure, a creature drops to 0 hit points. On a success, a creature takes 10 or 3d6 psychic damage. The next monster is the infamous Basilisk. Travelers sometimes find objects that look like pieces of remarkably lifelike stone carvings of wildlife. Missing parts appear to have been bitten off. Seasoned explorers regard such relics as warnings, knowing that the basilisk that created them is likely to be nearby. Adaptable predators. Basilisks thrive in arid, temperate, or tropical climates. They lair in caves or other sheltered sites. Most often, they are encountered underground. A basilisk born and raised in captivity can be domesticated and trained. Such a trained basilisk knows how to avoid meeting the eyes of those its master wishes to protect from its gaze, but it makes a daunting guardian beast. Because of this use, basilisk eggs are highly prized. Gaze of stone. Basilisks are ponderous for hunting creatures, but they needn't chase prey. Meeting a basilisk's supernatural gaze can be enough to effect a rapid transformation, transforming a victim into porous stone. Basilisks with their strong jaws are able to consume the stone. The stone returns to organic form in the basilisk's gullet. Some alchemists are said to know how to process the basilisk's gullet and the fluid contained within. Properly handled, the gullet produces an oil that can return petrified creatures to flesh and life. Unfortunately, for such a victim, any parts lost in stone form remain absent if the creature revives. Revivification using the oil is impossible if a vital part of the petrified creature, such as its head, is detached. The basilisk is a medium monstrosity. It is unaligned. Its natural armor has a class of 15. It has 52 or 8d8 plus 16 hit points and a walking speed of 20 feet. Its strength is a 16 with a modifier of +3. Its dexterity is an 8 with a modifier of -1. Its constitution is a 15 with a modifier of +2. Its intelligence is a 2 with a modifier of -4. Its wisdom is an 8 with a modifier of -1. And its charisma is a 7 with a modifier of -2. The basilisk has dark vision with a range of 60 feet and a passive perception of 9. It speaks no languages and has a challenge rating of 3. Petrifying gaze. If a creature starts its turn within 30 feet of the basilisk, and the two of them can see each other, the basilisk can force the creature to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, if the basilisk isn't incapacitated. On a failed save, the creature magically begins to turn to stone and is restrained. It must repeat the saving throw at the end of its next turn. On a success, the effect ends. On a failure, the creature is petrified until freed by the Greater Restoration spell or other magic. A creature that isn't surprised can avert its eyes to avoid the saving throw at the start of its turn. If it does so, it can't see the basilisk until the start of its next turn, when it can avert its eyes again. If it looks at the basilisk in the meantime, it must immediately make the save. If the basilisk sees its reflection within 30 feet of it in bright light, it mistakes itself for a rival and targets itself with its gaze. Actions: bite, melee weapon attack, +5 to hit with a reach of 5 feet and 1 target. When hitting, it causes 10 or 2d6 plus 3 piercing damage, plus 7 or 2d6 poison damage. The next creature is called Behir. The serpentine Behir crawls along floors and chambers up walls to reach its prey. Its lightning breath can incinerate most creatures. Even as more powerful foes are constricted in its coil and eaten alive. A Behir's monstrous form resembles a combination of centipede and crocodile. Its scaled hide ranges from ultramarine to deep blue in color, fading to pale blue on its underside. Cavern predators. Behir's lair in places inaccessible to other creatures, favoring locations where would-be intruders must make a harrowing climb to reach them. Deep pits, high caves and cliff walls and caverns reached only by narrow, twisting tunnels are prime sites for a Behir ambush. A Behir's dozen legs allow it to scramble through its lair side with ease. When not climbing, it moves even faster by folding its legs beside its body and slithering like a snake. Behir swallow their prey whole, after which they enter a period of dormancy while they digest. While dormant, a Behir chooses a hiding place where intruders in its lair might overlook it. Foes of the dragons. In time long forgotten, giants and dragons engaged in seemingly endless war. Storm giants created the first Behirs as weapons against the dragons, and Behirs retain a natural hatred for dragonkind. A Behir never makes its lair in an area it knows to be inhabited by a dragon. If a dragon attempts to establish a lair within a few dozen miles of a Behir's lair, the Behir is compelled to kill the dragon or drive it off. Only if the dragon proves too powerful to fight does the Behir back down, seeking out a new lair site a great distance away. The Behir is a huge monstrosity. It is neutral evil. It has natural armor of 17. It has 168 or 16d12 plus 64 hit points. Its walking speed is 15 feet. Its climbing speed is 40 feet. Its strength is 23 with a modifier plus 6. Its dexterity is a 16 with a modifier plus 3. Its constitution is 18 with a modifier plus 4. Its intelligence is a 7 with a modifier minus 2. Its wisdom is a 14 with a modifier plus 2. And its charisma is a 12 with a modifier plus 1. It gains plus 6 on perception and plus 7 to stealth. It is immune to lightning damage. It has dark vision with a range of 19 feet and a passive perception of 16. It speaks and understands Draconic and has a challenge rating of 11. actions. Multi-attack. The Behir makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one to constrict. Bite. Melee weapon attack, plus 10 to hit, with a reach of 10 feet. With a hit, it causes 22 or 3d10 plus 6 piercing damage. Constrict. Melee weapon attack, plus 10 to hit, with a reach of 5 feet. It can target one large or smaller creature. With a hit, it deals 17 or 2d10 plus 6 bludgeoning damage, plus 17 or 2d10 plus 6 slashing damage. The target is grappled. Escape DC 16 if the Behir isn't already constricting a creature and the target is restrained until this grapple ends. Lightning Breath. The Behir exhales a line of lightning that is 20 feet long and 5 feet wide. Each creature in that line must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw, taking 66 or 12d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful save. Swallow. The Behir makes 1 bite attack against a medium or smaller target it is grappling. If the attack hits, the target is also swallowed and the grapple ends. While swallowed, the target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the Behir, and it takes 21 or 66 acid damage at the start of each of the Behir's turns. A Behir can have only 1 creature swallowed at a time. If the Behir takes 30 damage or more on a single turn from the swallowed creature, the Behir must succeed on a DC 14 Constitution saving throw at the end of that turn, or regurgitate the creature, which falls prone in a space within 10 feet of the Behir. If the Behir dies, a swallowed creature is no longer restrained by it and can escape from the corpse by using 15 feet of movement, exiting prone. Thank you very much for listening, fellow nerds. I hope Melkor, my cat, didn't disturb me too much rummaging around in the